Hey y'all, I know you've been wondering where in the hell is she, right? So I thought I would get on here and bring you up to date on what's going on so that you know I'm still alive. Okay, I'm RV Butterfly slash over 50 making it better slash Can We Talk? Yeah, those are my three channels. So I just want to put this on all the channels because I don't want people to worry about me. Because I had a lot of people pass away that I've known on YouTube, and it's amazing how I knew how to look that up and find out from other people and stuff like that what happened. But I always worry about people that I'm close to on YouTube, my subscribers, my friends, And I've had a rough 2 weeks. And probably another rough 2 weeks is coming up. But anyway, okay, so the last 2 weeks, I'm going to make it short because I don't want you guys sitting there, The last couple of weeks, I have been having my heart waking me up, fibrillating, okay? For no reason that I know of. I'm not having any nightmares or being with anybody, having a good time. So, so anyway, so my heart was fibrillating and I was getting shortness of breath, and I'm like, right, what's going on? And I wondered if it was my water pills that I quit taking, because for some reason, something made me look up the water pills, and it says on there that those things can cause atrial fibrillation in some people. So I said, well, maybe that's it. And it has gotten lesser as time went on that I haven't had it. However, I quit it because it was drying my hands and my arm. It dried me out everywhere, okay, badly. And also I couldn't swallow. I mean, it was just crazy. So I had told my doctor at the last appointment about a month ago that I was going to try to get off those water pills. She said, okay, well, you try. If your ankles don't swell, she said, then don't worry about it. Well, my ankles didn't swell, so I didn't worry about it. But as the time went on, like I would say, maybe once I was off them 3 or 4 days, I noticed the fibrillation, and I've had that before, but it was different. It was not like anxiety like I had before, which was horrible, but this was scarier more in the sense that it felt like I was really having maybe not a heart attack, but like I needed a pacemaker or something, the way it was beating. And I would take my heartbeat, take my pulse, take my blood pressure and my A1C and all this stuff, and everything was perfect, and I was okay, whatever. And then the next week came and my blood pressure dropped to 65 over something. I forget what. That kind of freaked me out, And so anyway, I made an appointment with the doctor. And if y'all remember, I had one of them nuclear tests. I was telling you, I think in the last video, in 22. And ever since I've had that test, I've had some kind of fibrillation. Not as bad as it was, though, this time. So anyway, I don't know if that's it or not, okay? Because I'm not a doctor, wish I was in a way. But anyway, I've seen that a lot of people have been having problems. Some people even had heart attacks. Don't let that scare you because, everybody's different. Always ask your doctors and what have you. That's my disclaimer because I'm not a doctor or a nurse or an Indian chief. So, anyway. So I went to the doctor yesterday. She gave me an EKG. And EKGs for me, they usually don't tell the truth anyway, which is why I ended up having the nuclear test. And it wasn't a nuclear contrast test. It was a nuclear test that they have you lay down in a bed and they give you this chemical and it makes your heart beat really, really, really fast, like you're gonna croak, you know? Well, not everybody, I mean, but that's basically how it ends up feeling. But, and they do that for 15 seconds and then they stop, and then a few minutes later they do it again. They let you know when they're gonna do it, okay? At least mine did. But anyway, so after that, being that that's what it did, you know, and that's what it's supposed to do, is make your heart like you're exercising. I thought, well, damn, maybe that's what it did. Let me look up on reviews and see, you know, what, if anybody else has had this. Well, of course, people did, and then other people were having even worse troubles after that. So I was like, oh, Lord. So that's why I went to the doctor yesterday in the first place. So anyway, she gave me the EKG. She didn't tell me much about the EKG afterwards, but they did a chest x-ray, they did the EKG, and they put a monitor on me I gotta wear for 2 weeks, okay? And this monitor is nothing, guys, just so you know, that's what it looks like, okay? It's just a strip, which is great, because I had to wear one once before, and it was like a necklace about that big and that thick. And that was years ago. But, so they put this on, and I gotta wear it for 2 weeks. And if I feel like I'm fibrillating or whatever, and shortness of breath, I'm supposed to push a button. They said that's only to alert them that at that specific time what was happening. And you write down what was happening. I said, okay. And they said it'll still record if you don't push the button, but it just tells us what you were doing, you know, when that was going on, like sleeping or walking or cooking or, you know, whatever. So anyway, guys, this is what has been going on. I thought it was probably my anxiety because I have had a lot of anxiety lately. My son went through 3 seizures in one day, and then, you know, Bert has dementia, and he's forgetting more and more every day, and, you know, things are materializing, you know, and so, you know, it's a lot of pressure. And but anyway, so I thought I would put a video on here and let y'all know where we're at. So by the time I got home yesterday, some of my tests came back already, and they said that I had cardiomegaly, which I understand is an enlarged heart or something, and aortic, let me see, oh, it's on my phone. It's something with my aortic calcification or something like that. And then what looks to me like it's probably some kind of blockage, a little bit, a minimal blockage. Okay, so then they found some spots on my lungs that were opaque, but the thing is I've had those for years because I had pneumonia 4 times when I first moved to Texas years ago. I forgot all about that, but I haven't got it no more because I got my pneumonia shot this time since I came here. But the heart doctor who was looking at me with my anxiety before had seen them. And he said those are from pneumonia. They're scars on your lungs from pneumonia. So that's what I'm assuming that is. So anyway, I got 2 weeks starting from yesterday that I got to wear this. They said if it falls off in 12 days, then call them. I might not have to wear it for the last 2 days, or if I do, they'll just call me in and put another one on. But, so that's where we're at. So I'm trying to do as many things as I can. You know, I want to get back in my videos and stuff like that. It's just, you know, when you get older, you never know what's going to happen from one minute to the next. And I'm always taking care of everybody else. And I've been that way all my life. All my life. Most of you know my mom had schizophrenia. I grew up with my mom having schizophrenia. But you know what? She did better as a mother than a lot of these people out here now that don't have anything happening. I swear to God. But, yeah, so I took care of the house for her. I cooked. I made sure everything was clean because she couldn't. And even with schizophrenia, she tried to work. And she didn't even take medication, okay? So yes, my mom was blessed. But anyway, eventually as she got older, and she was in her 75, 80, you know, we got to sit down and talk, and for the first time, really, since I've been probably 5. And have a rational conversation, which was awesome, but it didn't last long enough because 2 years later, you know, she passed away. But it was refreshing. But I take care of people, and that's just, I've always been a nurturing type person. So, I have to learn how to nurture myself a little bit too, and not to worry so much, because I worry my ass off about everything. Everything. And I love doing my videos, so there's no way I'm giving those up. Even if I have to start all over again, you know, I'm used to doing my videos. I've been doing them for 7+ years, and even if I'm not monetized, one day I'll get there, damn it. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all checking on me and sending your prayers over here. Of course, we can always use those. But I'm hoping that nothing is really wrong, and I'll keep you up to date. I will either do posts or I will do videos. I can still go to thrift stores, so if the rain will quit, because we've been having rain on and off, you know, heavy rain, we'll probably go to a few thrift shops, maybe get some thrift hauls. I'm thinking about ordering some more stuff from New Source if I can. I'm doing pretty good on Vinted. Some people, you know, they don't like Vinted too much, but I haven't had much problem. And one thing that I did notice with them is that when you email them, even if they email you and say, you're suspended because you did blah, 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 right? When you email them, they listen to you, okay? And they do get back with you. And I have done a few good sales on there. So, that's where we're at right now. I sent in some gold and some silver to get evaluated because we obviously, with all these tests, are going to be in the dump. But anyway, we'll see what I get back from there. But I got all this from a bag that I bought from Stacy at My Love of Jewelry, and one I got from I'm trying to think where I got it. I think it was from the thrift store, like a jewelry jar type thing. So I sent in a couple of pieces that are online, and one is online of some of the stuff, and they seem pretty, not extravagant, but it would help, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. And in the meantime, this is where we're at. But I was amazed that my doctor, before I even got home, the test results were on my phone, and that really impressed me. And of course, now she called me in a new prescription for a different water pill that she wants me to take for 2 weeks. Now, they tried to give me that before, years ago. I can't remember. 4 years ago, I think. And I read the what do you call it? The side effects, and I was like, hey, I can't take this, you know. I mean, I got to talk to her. Bert went to go pick it up. They probably didn't even have it ready yet.
Nope.
Yeah, I figured. We got the worst Walgreens I ever been to in my life. And that's not a joke. The worst one. All they do is eat. But anyway, so we don't have my medication yet. And she called that in yesterday. But, and they close at 2 o'clock. A lot of good that does me. on Saturday. Then they close at 5 during the week. Anyway, so I do have to talk to the doctor though, because I was reading the interactions, and some of the medication I take can interact with this certain water pill. So I want to make sure that I'm certain that she knows I take this medicine because she gives it to me, right? But, they get busy or whatever. So I'm going to call her or call the nurse maybe and make sure before I start taking it. But I have to take it for 2 weeks. And then she wants me back on the old water pills. So I'll tell you, I drink so much water, it's a wonder I haven't drowned. And my tongue still gets so dry, especially at the back. I mean, it's like hard to even swallow food, I thought I needed an endoscopy to stretch my throat. The guy did it. I still have the same problem. But anyway, I always have things going on. Come on, guys. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. If you have any bad weather coming your way, please be careful. Don't stay anywhere if it's bad. Please don't. Trust me, a girl who raised her kids in hurricane country. I love y'all. I just wanted to give you an update, and I am watching your channels and keeping up as best I can. So y'all keep going. Love you. Bye.